Hello, class. This is Professor McGuire, and I'm your English 470 Methods for Writing and Grammar instructor. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk to you about a series of assignments that are going to be due in this course. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. All right, so these assignments are the NES prep reflections, and they are due in weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm just doing all of them in one video so that you can get the gist of how this works. So the NES is the National Evaluation Series exams, and it's for the teacher certification process and making sure that the teacher candidates have passed the knowledge of the academic skills and professional practice. So for us, this would be in the content area of English. So throughout this course, you will be using, hang on, you'll be required to use the NES test prep resource that we have uploaded into the course platform if you've not already passed the NES test for English. Now, that said, if your state does not require the NES, then complete these weekly assignments according to the specific state certification testing requirements that you have, in your own state. So that could maybe be the praxis or any other kind of state developed exam. All right, let's get started here. So if you need to complete these resources, these assignments, you will need to go into the class resources forum. So if you go into Halo, left-hand side, it says class resources, and then you're going to click on that. And then that should take you to this particular page. And then you'll just click on the test prep modules where it says view resource. It should come up looking like this, and then you would click on registration and access, and you'll get registered this way. So you log in using the website. You can click on the McGraw-Hill campus link within the course page. Should connect to a textbook that you would then use to complete these modules. Looks something like this. So there will be a few of these to fill out. So the first one is due in week 1. It's the NES check-in number 1. So just go to the Halo announcement forum. I've got the template in there for you. And you'll notice while we do these that they'll ask you 2 questions. So you just have to pick the prompt that applies to you. So if you have not taken or passed the NES, then you do the module, and then the question says reflect on the work you did this week and what you need to do to prepare for the next section moving forward. Now, if you already passed the NES or a state comparable exam, then what you do for this one is you fill out and you reply with what was the most effective strategy you used to prepare for your state certification test. And these are just short, 100 to 150 words. So it's kind of like doing a quick DQ. So that's the first one. The next one is going to show up in week 3, and this will be check-in number 2, NES check-in number 2. So you just continue on. You can see again that the first one is if you have not taken or passed the NES, same question or prompt there. But if you did take the NES test for the week 3 check number 2, you fill out and you tell what advice you would give to fellow students who are preparing for and trying to pass the NES or the state required test. And continuing on, week 4, the NES check number 3, same top side. And then your bottom would be review the test prep materials in this course. So what is the best part of these resources? How would these resources, or how could they be improved? So just go back into the modules. And so even if you didn't have to do this, they are asking you to look into those and kind of weigh in and give your opinion. Week 5, this is our NES check number 4, same top side on if you did not take or pass it, tell us about the modules you did work on. But if you did already pass the NES or your state required test, it's asking you to reflect on how prepared you feel to teach the English content in a classroom. And then the week 6, this is our NES check number 5. Again, same top side, working on modules and telling what you did and how you would prepare moving forward. But if you've already passed the NES or your state test, the question prompt says, what can you do so your remaining courses help you become even more prepared to teach? And that is the end of that. So that's all I've got for you as far as the NES is concerned. If you have any questions, go ahead and message me in the private forum, and I'm happy to try to help. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.